I opened up my Roth IRA in August of 2025. Since then, I've maxed it out at $7,000 contributions last year, and this year in 2026, I'm looking to max it out by the end of February. Now, I want to break down for you today how a Roth IRA, which is a tax-advantaged account, can skyrocket your wealth in the future. What's going on, everybody? This is video 4 of me, Ryan Michalak, talking to you about things that I'm obsessed with, and this is all about investing into a Roth IRA. So I've got my phone right here, and you can see my Roth IRA balance. I've got $9,066 here. So here's my Roth. We're at $9,066. Past week up 113 bucks. So I started this in August, so that's gonna be right here. And from that date, since I maxed out in 2025, I'm up $471. Now the thing that I love the most is I have Robinhood Gold. It's $50 per year. And right here you can see in 2025, I maxed out the account and Robinhood paid me my 3% deposit bonus, which was a total of $209. So in my eyes, I'm paying 50 bucks a year for a subscription that gives me $210 a year in contributions. Makes a lot of sense. So if we scroll down here, we've got SPMO Daily Buy. This is a high yield Invesco S&P 500 momentum ETF. It's a lot to say, but it's even more to understand. I started this recurring investment a few months back, and you can see here on the screen, I mean, my average price paid is $119.61 per share. And SPMO's current price is $120.07. This is an order for 10 bucks a day every single market day, so that's 5 days a week. And it relates to my last video here where I said, you know, the most important thing is to pay yourself first. When I set up this recurring investment, it automatically transfers that money. I don't ever see it in my bank. I don't have to think about it. I've got another one here for SCHD. People who are into dividends and dividend stocks know all about this. It's a glorified stock. It's a blue chip dividend aristocrat. SCHD is Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF. And while the returns over the course of a year aren't anything special, it's very important to note that this stock has constantly raised their dividend prices. They are a quarterly paying company, which means every single quarter of the year you get a dividend payment from SCHD. And if you look down here as well, I mean, I've got 35.54 shares at the time, and I got paid out $9.89 in this dividend. That's 27 cents per share essentially. And all of that right here at the bottom got reinvested into buying more shares, which means the next payment I should be having more, as well as this $10 a day that's going into it. Now, some of my other investments here. This is VOO. I preach this in all of my videos. VOO is the set it and forget it ETF. On average, in 2025, it returned 16.5% over the course of the year. And that's even with the middle of the year, it crashed. Donald Trump started talking about his tariffs he was releasing, and there was so much political and economic turmoil that people were scared, and the market took a dip because of that. Since April, this stock was down 14%. This is the S&P 500. Had you bought in on April 4th when the S&P 500 was down 13%, you would have returned 18.54% in the past year. This is my go-to. When I'm looking to max up my Roth IRA, if I deposit $1,000 into the account, you can bet it's going into VOO. You can see my market value here is $2,763. And since August of last year, I'm up $4.3%, which is $114.01. I've not had this Roth IRA for very long. I mean, August of 2025. This account this year, I'll be maxing it out by end of February. And I'm not touching this money till I'm 59.5. Next up, I've got VGT. VGT is Vanguard's Information Technology ETF. This is pretty much an ETF of high-tech stocks. So it's a little less risky because I'm not picking individual stocks to invest to, but VGT naturally invests into Tesla, Nvidia, Broadcom, Apple, Google, Meta, all of the big dogs. 1 year return sitting at 22.67% and a 5-year return of 114.85%, which is over 20% year over year. VTI is Vanguard's total stock market ETF. This goes hand in hand with VOO. I just like to have both of them because yes, they return similar, but it's better ease of mind for me to kind of split up all my money instead of having, you know, $9,000 sitting in just VOO. I can spread it out a little bit. So those are my investments into my Roth IRA. It's nothing fancy, it's nothing crazy, but it is a very high wealth building strategy for the future. I mean, I'm only up 5.49%. And I've only had this account since August. I've got more than 39 years of investing before I'm gonna touch this money. So I wanna show you guys the power of this Roth IRA. I'm gonna use this Roth IRA potential retirement savings calculator and just break down what it could look like for me. So right now I'm age 20 years old. 59 and a half is when I can withdraw this money from the Roth IRA. Realistically, I'll probably keep it till I'm about 65, maybe 70. Beginning contribution age, this was me when I was 19, or this was me when I was 20, I guess. Rate of return, we're gonna be very, very safe here. I know the S&P 500 in the past 10 years has been bumping up over 13, 14%, but I'm gonna put 8% here just to be on the conservative side. My minimum annual contribution will be $1,000. My maximum will be $7,500, and my current retirement savings is $9,000. So here's my potential yield. If I'm starting at age 20 and I'm maxing out my Roth IRA every year at 59 and a half, I should have, at this 8% compounding return, $2.13 million in my retirement account, tax free. Now that's obviously a lot of money. And this, of course, is only saying if I invest the maximum contribution and get an 8% return. We've seen it firsthand. I mean, 2025 was a 17% return. 2024 was similar. And it all depends about when you put your money in. I'm trying to max out my Roth IRA as soon as possible so I have more time in the market, as opposed to taking the whole year to max it out, because I think just having more time in the market gives me more exposure to the ups and downs. Now, I've got other accounts as well. They're all taxable because the Roth IRA is the only tax advantaged account that I have. I don't want to show these just yet. Maybe in the future I will do a net worth reveal, but the Roth IRA is simple because I think everyone can show you how you get started. It's the same contribution limit for every single person investing into a Roth IRA, unless you are above the tax bracket. There are certain tax brackets where if you make above $180,000 a year, I want to say, you have a deduction in how much you can contribute per year. It might drop from $7,500 to maybe $5,000. I'm not too sure because I'm not in that tax bracket yet, but this is what I've noticed. So it's easy to say the Roth IRA is super valuable as a retirement account. I personally regret not maxing this out starting at the age of 18. Who knows where I would have been now. I wasn't thinking like that at the time. I was 18 and I was investing, but I was moving money from my bank account to my taxable account, as opposed to a tax advantaged account like my Roth IRA. Now, it's no fault of my own, you know, I didn't know any of that stuff when I was 16, 17, 18, but now that I do, I understand why I need to max it out every year. Now, if you want to start a Robinhood Roth IRA, it's super simple. All you got to do is open up the account. The requirements, you have to be 18. That's about it. You need to know your social security. You need to have a picture of your driver's license or of your passport to prove your identity. But you can also start a custodial Roth IRA. This is more so for the parents if they want to set up their kid. They can start investing on behalf of their kid into a custodial Roth IRA, I believe at the age of 16, and then convert that into their Roth IRA when they turn 18. I did this with my parents. I set up a taxable account when I was 14 to invest some of the money I was making from cutting lawns. Technically, I was investing under my dad's name because it was his social security number because I was 14. I rolled all of my investments over from technically his account to my own personal account now, and that's when I opened up a Roth IRA and I started maxing that out. So that's it. I've got about $9,000 in my Roth IRA here. When I max this out in the end of February, I should be sitting right around $14,000. And then over the course of the year, let's say that $14,000 does another 16% return. My account at the end of the year should be sitting at $16,820. I'd love to see this happen. I'd love to see the compound growth, because you got to think, when you're retiring at age 59 and a half, if you have $2.1 million in that account, your contributions of that is going to be like 300 grand. So you're putting 300 grand into your Roth IRA to pull out 2.1 million. On the small end, on the conservative end. That's an 8% return. We've seen way more than that recently. And who knows what's to happen with the AI market booming, with the chip market booming, and technologies booming, and everything's on fire right now. It can be a lot, honestly. Which is why I also like to take advantage of the VGT ETFs and buying into these tech stocks and these tech giants. Regardless, that's all I've got. That's my Roth IRA. It's nothing fancy, it's nothing too impressive, but it's a start. And I'm gonna be doing a yearly update on that Roth IRA, showing you when I max it out. I'm gonna show you the contributions I make. I'm gonna show you the deposit bonuses I get from Robinhood, as well as a little more on the platform. But if you wanna start your own Roth IRA, check out the link in the description. I've got a Robinhood code that you can use. I get a free small stock, you get a free small stock. It helps both of us out. Now, if you think this type of content's for you, feel free to hit subscribe, hit the bell, drop a like, give me a comment, whatever you got. Ask your questions. I'm open to answering anything about my personal financing or any issues that you may have as well. I appreciate you watching the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.